like learn freaking marketing, right? That is not true. Hashtags are still very much effective, so you just have to know what the heck you're doing. Hashtag strategy for 2021, what works, what doesn't work, how do you actually find hashtags that work. So that's all we're talking about in this video. So if you've ever wondered what the heck, why am I not getting the reach from hashtags, why is it not functioning the way I want to, keep on watching because I'm going to share with you the entire process that I follow in 2021. So this is the updated version. I've actually had an older video right here that you can check out, so it's still relevant, but you can see the difference between hashtag research back then and hashtag research today. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. Jelena Ostrovska here from JelenaOstrovska.com, and this is the best place for coaches, consultants, and entrepreneurs who want to grow on social media organically without using confusing paid advertising. So let's dive right into this. So the very first thing that I want to remind you is the fact that hashtags, they still work, right? So there's so many people that believe, no, this is no longer functioning. So many things have changed. Hashtags are no longer effective. That is not true. Hashtags are still very much effective. So you just have to know what the heck you're doing. So also remember that according to Instagram, you can use up to 30 hashtags per post. So do not go over that. Now, you may be wondering, well, should I be using less? Is there like any specific number I should be using? Let me tell you one thing, with hashtags, just like with anything in marketing, I don't believe there is a set strategy that you need to follow. You always have to split test and test what's going to work best and what's not going to work. So whether it's keyword research or hashtags, video marketing, funnels, I cannot give you the best funnel to work, right? I just cannot. So you have to see what works best for you. So that's why I'm not a huge fan of these kind of things. Hey, steal my hashtags or steal my funnels or steal my this. I mean, it's like learn freaking marketing, right? Learn marketing and learn the fact that it does take a lot of testing. Now, answering another question you might be wondering, am I going to be put in an Instagram jail if I use all 30 hashtags all the time? The answer is no, you won't be. Instagram will not put you in jail or ban your account for using the features they suggest to be using. So if they didn't want you to use 30 hashtags, they would tell you to use 20, right? So I always say, if you can use 30, but also split test, because, the way hashtags work, if you use all 30, so it gives you more opportunities to rank, it gives you more opportunities to reach more people. So that's kind of how you want to be thinking with that. Now, you also want to make sure that all of your hashtags that you use are actually relevant to the post you are publishing. So you cannot just throw a bunch of hashtags and hope that, it's going to stick, right? So something that I've also been split testing for myself and for my clients is, and I learned this from an Instagram course, so from somebody who has been testing that as well. Again, testing is really the key phrase here. So just remember that. Test smaller amount of hashtags per post. So I've also tested 18 to 25, 24, 20, and a lot of the times it actually works better. So let me tell you that. Now, there is a suggestion that I want to give you when it comes to the hashtags, like what size of the hashtags do you need to be using, right? So that's always the big question. What is the size? Should I go for 1 million? Because technically there's like 1 million other posts, but you have to think about it. It's not how many people search that hashtag, it's how many posts you are competing with. So if there is 1 million posts in that hashtag, you really have 1 in 1 million chances to rank there. So and if you have a small account, you virtually have no chance whatsoever unless you get lucky, unless Instagram just gives you like a bun on a silver platter, right? Or whatever they do. So I would not be going for those kind of hashtags. So I'm currently growing an account for, I'm going to give you like a specific example of one of my clients, who, when we first started working together, he had about 83 followers as far as I can remember. So, and we have grown to 100 pretty quickly, like within a matter of a week. So, and it happened because we have been using niched hashtags. We have not been using anything crazy. I wouldn't use, a million posts, like a hashtag with 1 million posts for a small account. Heck, even for an account with 10,000 followers, you still have to be very cautious, right? So that's kind of the base, like when it comes to that. Now, what kind of hashtags do you need to find? My recommendation, if you have a small account, anything less than 100,000 posts per hashtag. So Because here's the thing, if you go and, use a hashtag with, let's say, 100,000 posts in that hashtag, and that had the word hashtag, I just keep saying that, like it's gonna be the video where I have the word hashtag literally mentioned the most, so bear with me here. So like if you're gonna use a hashtag where you say, it's 100,000 posts in that hashtag, so you may rank there, like you may be in the top 9 posts. But if you go for a hashtag that has 10,000 posts, the chances go by 10 times, right? Your chances grow by 10 times, and that's a much better possibility for you to actually rank in that particular hashtag, even if it's small, even if it's niched hashtag, but you can also find a lot of people that you potentially can communicate with. So now let me give you kind of a number recommendation. So if you are going to be using 30 hashtags, so this is something that I'm using for my client and it's working pretty freaking great, is use the hashtags that's, again, less than 100,000, we've already discovered that. So if you're going to be using 30 hashtags per post, right, you want 25 of these hashtags to be less than 100,000. So the other 5 can be over 100,000 posts per hashtag. So, and the way I even break it down even further, there's 10 hashtags that are less than 10,000. So we have that, very niche down hashtags. Then we have 15 that are less than 100,000, so anything like above 10,000, 10, 15,000 and above, below 100,000. And then we use 5 hashtags that are over 100,000. Now let me show you something crazy. So that's why I'm saying hashtags are always a matter of split testing, because there was a post which I decided to do that because I'm the one managing the account. So I was like, let me just try something. Let me just test it. So for that particular client, I've had 5 groups of hashtags already because we've published 5 different posts and I've had a hashtag group for each of them. And I was like, you know what, let me just try to combine 2 groups. So I took 2 groups of hashtags, group number 1, group number 2, and I merged them. So, and what happened was, again, I did not even look at the sizes. I just knew that all of these hashtags were very niche down, and I only left the hashtags that were just relevant to that particular piece of content. And that post literally blew up within the hashtags, right? So, and in my mind, I was like, because I woke up in the morning and I checked the statistics, I checked the analytics, and I was like, why do we have so much reach? We haven't posted an Instagram reel, we haven't done none of that. Like, I've been engaging as usual, doing the regular activities. But then that post reached, I think like 300 or 400 people just in the hashtags alone, an account with 100 followers. So hashtags are extremely powerful if you just keep split testing. So, and I want to say one thing before we actually dive into the screen share, because I want to share with you the strategies and the hacks and where I find the hashtags and all that kind of good stuff. So you want to make sure that the hashtags that you use for your post are actually relevant to that post. Because if you talk about dog food and you put the hashtag cats, that's not going to work. You know what I mean? So, when we published that post with a specific set of hashtags, every single hashtag was about that post, right? So that, and it was the hashtags that people who would be interested in that post would actually see it where it's supposed to be seen. And you also have to keep in mind that these days people are actually able to follow the hashtags. So if your post shows up in their feed and they actually love it, so the more engagement your post gets, the more it's going to be like raised in the feed. And I've had this happen to several posts of mine. Usually I would get on average, my account 40, 50, 60. I mean, I think right now I'm averaging like, as of the recording of this video, like about 60 to 80 likes per post and 10, 15, 20 comments. So it's pretty good for an account with a little over 1,000 or like 1,500 followers. So, however, like I've had several posts that went really high just because it got shared, just because it got saved. And then the more engagement your post gets, the higher it's going to get in the hashtags. And as a result, it's going to be like a snowball effect. Okay, so now let's get right into my screen and I'm going to show you several tools that I've never talked about before where I do the hashtag research, because you have to remember that Instagram took away the best feature that it had, which was related hashtags or suggested hashtags when you did the research. So let's get right into the screen. I'll show you. All right, so as you can see, right now we are inside of my Instagram account on desktop. I still believe this is the best place for you to start doing the hashtag research. That is the easiest. You don't have to find any kind of complicated tools, none of that. So we're just going to go ahead and start, digging. Now, it is time consuming, so you may spend a little bit of time in the beginning, but I'm also going to show you the way of how not to spend hours of your time going one by one hashtag. So let's choose, let's just choose, I don't know, health coaching. So let's go for something more niche down so we can find, so health coaching tips, right? So if you're a health coach, this is a good freaking keyword for you, hashtag, right? So less than 10,000 posts, so that's pretty good. So we can get to see what kind of content is getting published here. It's probably some tips, we can see how many likes on average are in this post in the top 9. So if you are averaging 200, 100 likes, you can probably rank in here. Now, this is something that I'm doing, and I kind of call it a cheat code, but you also want to make sure that you are careful with how you use it. Do not copy. Please do not copy. Like, that's just one thing that I want to ask you. So let's pull up this post. So Kira Janelle, so looks like she has, some client wins. So it's a pretty good post. Like, I like, the aesthetic and everything. So she is actually promoting something, right? So it's a promo post that she posted about 3 months ago. And now what I'm going to do is, if I'm a health expert and let's actually check out how many followers she has and how she managed to land on here. So she probably has about 5,000 followers. That's pretty good. So overall, she's, pretty consistent, as I can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what kind of hashtags she's using, right? So the first one, she actually used health coaching tips, healthy lifestyle. That's another one. Health and mindset coaching for women, online coaching business, new year, new start, 2021 goals. So she posted probably like in January. 21, here we come. So discover under 5K, micro influencer, nano influencer, right? So we can see, again, I'm not here to copy all the hashtags, but I just want to see what kind of hashtags are working, because I'm not going to think about putting this, right? I'm not going to think about just researching, let's research nano influencer. So that's just not how my brain works in particular, right? So healthy lifestyle, 83 million. So she actually used a pretty big hashtag, hoping to rank in one of these. That's fine, health and mindset, that's a very, very small hashtag, so I don't know if I would actually even use it. You can, so maybe like 1, that could be it. Mindset coaching for women, 33,000, really good keywords, really good hashtag, so I would use that. Online coaching business, another good one. I mean, heck, I would say this just for myself, personally. Discover under 5K, that's a very big one, I would not be using that. Micro influencer, nano influencer, so that's actually pretty good if you want to attract people like that. Now, and I would go into that kind of I don't even know how to call that, rabbit hole, I guess. So this person, midlife health coach. So midlife health coach, if you are in this kind of industry, you can see what kind of hashtag they're using. Now maybe you are, let's just do online coaching business. Actually, I already have it pulled up, I don't know why I'm doing all this. So we can go in here as well and check out who is ranking, who is doing what. So there's people with 100 likes per post. So we can probably shoot for that. So let's see. Email like a professional. So I'm just trying to see what is, going up, show up every day, get clear, your coach role. So I can check out what kind of even content she's using, right? That's kind of what you can do. So that's number 1. So I would be going into each of these hashtags and seeing what kind of hashtags they're using. And I'm totally getting like in here again, all over again. So go into the plus and just go through these hashtags, because chances are you have not seen even half of them. So that's number 1. Now let's go into this tool. It's called IQ hashtags. So you want to log in and you want to go ahead. I'm not using a paid account, so I'm actually on a free one, so I've never really heard about this tool until about a month ago. So and what it does is it actually shows you also related hashtags. So I'm just gonna let's just put content marketing, because that's something that I've already searched for. So let's go ahead and find it. So content, it does take a minute to load. So in the meantime, I'm gonna show you the third tool. It's actually a free one as well, neontools.io. So I'm gonna leave links for everything down below. They have a hashtag analyzer right here, and it basically does the same thing. So, and it's going to show you several different hashtags that are related to what it is that you're doing. So, but this one is actually more specific. So here's what it does. it shows you the average likes in each of these hashtags. And what you can do is you can search, refine them by that. So content is king, 18 likes on average. You can probably rank them, right? You can probably land into the top 9. Content strategies, content tips, content management, copywriting tips. All of these seem like really good hashtags, right? You wouldn't even probably find most of them if you were to do research by yourself within Instagram. And now this one is also pretty cool because it shows you related, and you can actually open all of them up inside of Instagram. So that's the cool part about it. So that is number one. It kind of shows you all the big ones. And again, you go into the same rabbit hole I showed you earlier, and you kind of check out what everybody else is using, and then you use what's relevant for your content and for your account. And then here it shows you widely related hashtags at the moment. 332 hashtags. That's plenty, right? Marketing digital now. So if you're trying to find something local, it gives you different countries as well. Strategies, and it gives you how many posts there are. So it's pretty freaking awesome. It gives you so many different ideas. So if you're going for the niche hashtags, you want to look into the third column, right? So, and now that's pretty much it. That's kind of all I wanted to show you. So, and yeah, I would go through different accounts, see what kind of hashtags they're using. So you want to see what your competitors are using, and then that's how you really find the hashtags. You don't copy, you don't do any of that, but you find something and then you put your own groups. So there you have it. That is exactly how I do hashtag research for every single client of mine, for myself, and that's how you can do it for yourself. Now, it is a lot of manual work, so you can always outsource that, you can always hire that out. So if you have any questions or you want me to do all the heavy lifting for Instagram for you, feel free to go over to my services page. I'm going to leave a link down below here as well, or just reach out to me on Instagram if you just don't want to deal with Instagram, don't want to deal with none of that. So I'll be more than happy to help you out. With that being said, I hope this video was helpful. Give a thumbs up down below this video, hit the subscribe button and the bell sign to get notified every single time the new videos go live, which is every single week, multiple times a week. And check out these videos. I have a full playlist all about Instagram, so definitely check it out. And check out the old video about hashtags. I'll leave all the links for you down below in the description box. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. My Instagram is right here. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.